Hello and welcome to another FM21 experimentation video. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's experiment, we are trying to get as much transfer budget as possible with our very first save on the game. I say very first save, but as soon as you load up a save and you get into your first team that you're taking over, you want to see how much transfer budget you have to bring in some new players. So for this experiment, I've chosen Everton in the Premier League. Main reason, a team that's expected to finish, I believe it was 9th in the league, but also a team who have very good players, but players also who can be moved on, and then when that happens you would then reinvest the money to make them a better squad overall. So for Everton, I checked their transfer budget already. They've only got £2.5 million now, although to be fair, that is because they've already spent £91 million this summer on the likes of Decore, James Rodriguez, of course, Alan, and a curious case in Ben Godfrey from Norwich City. I didn't realise it cost them £25 million. Yikes. So, £2.5 million, and currently, just to confirm, I believe Everton are predicted to finish 9th? 8th. 8th in the Premier League. So my job in this experiment is to try and get some of these players who are bit part players really. So for example, who'd be a good option? John Joe Kenny, 23-year-old who's come through the youth system at Everton. He's played a few games at Everton over the years, but well, he spent last season on loan at Schalke. But he has a few clubs who want him. Well, one club, Crystal Palace. Let's see if we can shift out some of these players, raise some transfer budget at the end of the transfer window, see how much we have managed to raise. So for the purposes of this video, I'm only going to be selling players. I won't actually be buying players. So by the end of the transfer window, we will truly see how much we would have to spend. Let's get to it. I click continue literally once after offering a few players out, and already the offers are coming in now. So we have offers for John Joe Kenny, Balassi, Besic and Andre Gomez. So let's start with John Joe Kenny, and we're getting offers £13 million. Wolves, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. He's pleased that Wolves have submitted an offer. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to accept Wolves' offer. Don't show this message again. We're going to accept one offer, reject the other offers, and we are going to offer him out again. Let's see if Wolves are willing to pay a little bit more. So we're going to up it to, say, 14.5 million actually. Let's just see if Wolves are willing to pay a little bit more. For Balassi, we asked how much? 3.3. Swansea have made a £2 million offer. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to accept that. It's lower than what we want, but bear in mind Balassi's 31 years old. We're going to accept it, and we're going to offer him to a clubs again for this time £2.5 million. Let's just see if anyone will bite. For Besic, we asked for 7 million, and we do indeed have 7 million from the Super League as well. Despite Wuhan's bid, he prefer Valencia. Well, Valencia haven't bid, so how can you go there? We'll accept Wuhan. We'll reject Shenzhen, and we'll offer him out for a little bit more. So Besic, let's say £8 million. Take off the selling wage contribution. I think I forgot to do that for Kenny. That might come back to bite us. 16.5 million. We asked for 22. Okay, what we're going to do, 18 million. Okay, to be honest with you, that's fine. We'll accept that, and we're going to offer him out for a little bit more. We'll accept 18 million, and then we're going to offer him out for 20. So we've got 18 million on the table. Could have gone a little bit more. Maybe, maybe not. Considering teams are very picky about this sort of thing. Okay. New offers for Kenny. 14.5 million now. Newcastle and Crystal Palace. He's still preferring to go to Wolves, and they've offered less. So what we'll do, we'll accept Palace, reject Newcastle. And let's just up it a little bit more. 15.5 million. Let's see if anyone bites. Well, we still have the Wolves offer actually. We'll see if Newcastle bites. Everton's Balassi. How much did I offer him out for? Nottingham Forest offering 1.9 million. Okay, I'm going to check that in a moment. Let's check Gomez first. 15 million pounds. Okay, how much? I'm pretty sure Andre Gomez I asked for more. So 18 million. Shenhua have offered 15. No, it's less than who's this club? Dalian Professional. As for Balassi, made 1.9. and Swansea have offered 2. No, it's not happening. Okay, let's try this again. So how much did DL Pro offer? 18 million. And Gomez, I believe, is worth 22 million? Yeah, 22 million. Let's try this again. 20 million. This is the thing, you're going to get offers like these all the time with some of these players, or even no offers at all. So it's just a case of trial and error when doing some of these prices, unfortunately. Let's keep it at 2.5 million. No wage contribution. Let's see if we get anything this time. So Gomez, they've offered 15 million. We could go a little bit more. What did we ask for? 20 million. So let's try 17. And they accept that. Okay, okay, we're getting a little bit closer now. We will accept that offer. So 17 million, 18 million. Okay, I got that a little bit wrong. They offered 18. DL Pro. I thought it was 15 million they offered. You see why it's important to keep a track of these things. Okay, so we'll offer out Gomez again. We're going to try and keep it at the 20 million mark. To be fair, I think even if you don't get the fee that you're asking for, you are, as long as you get close to it, I do feel you're still striking up a little bit of good business. Okay, Balassi, 1.9 million. Let's see if they'll take the 2.5 million. 2.2, okay, okay, 2.2. You see now we are starting to get there. So 2.2 million is on the table. So therefore I'm going to reject Swansea's offer. I'm going to keep that one. And what we're going to do, we're going to offer Balassi out again. We'll keep it at 2.5. We're getting very close though to that 2.5 million range now. Let's see if any more offers come in. I don't believe I was expecting to sell him for around £7 million, but Mo Besic has indeed signed for Wuhan. Yeah, he was worth £7 million. To be honest, we bought him for 4 million, what, back in 2014, so good bit of business overall. And that's £7 million, well, not the full 7 million. How much of that will go to the kitty? So, oh, 100% of transfer revenue is available. Alright, so that is £7 million that will go in. The bad news, Andre Gomez decided to stay. That was not what we needed, Andre. Kind of want you to move. Joe Kenny has agreed to join Crystal Palace for £14.5 million. An absolutely brilliant deal. Originally valued at 13.25. We've managed to squeeze an extra 1.25 million out of him. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to give him some parting words. But now, if I click continue just once, that should mean, yep, the 100% of the transfer has gone in. So far, we have £23.93 million in transfer budget to spend. Also, didn't mention this as well, I'm guessing it's obviously fairly obvious for a lot of people, but we're also reducing the wage budget as we go along as well. So a wage budget of 2.4 or 2.5 million pounds to be exact, really, and we've now got 100,000 in the wage budget. Absolutely fantastic. As far as Andre Gomez goes, I did try to persuade him to try and find a new club. It didn't really go well. If you're trying to get players out of the club and you're obviously continuing with that save, I would advise not trying to do that, because it may go very, very badly for you. Yannick Bolasie is still deciding on his contract with Nottingham Forest. That could be £2.2 million. But Gomez, I'm not so sure he's going to be going anywhere. So we'll see who else we could possibly offer out instead. So, annoyingly, Bolasie has turned down the contract from Nottingham Forest, so they won't be offering £2.2 million for him. On the other hand though, Swansea did come in with a loan approach for Bolasie. We've instead asked them for a transfer fee of £2 million instead, and Swansea have agreed, so we've accepted the offer. So where is he now? Right, so Swansea are going to offer him a contract, and now we're going to offer Bolasie out again. We're still going to go with £2.5 million, so we're going to see if we can try and squeeze as much out of him as possible. I've not had to deal with this before. So, because we've accepted the £2 million offer from Swansea, Bolasie's agent, Gary Norris, now wants a £2 million payoff. Well, what's the point of that? We would make no money. I'm requesting a payoff of £2 million. Well, you're not going to get £2 million. No. The deal has been cancelled, has it? Okay. Okay. Let's try again, shall we? Unbelievable. Can we get him to sack his agent? So I've also offered out Tom Davis, a central midfielder for Everton, and I put him at, say, £12 million price tag. He's worth 12.25. Well, he's valued at that anyway. And Wolves have come in immediately with an offer for him. You know exactly how this is going to go. We accept the offer, and we'll just see if they're willing to pay a little bit more, or who else is willing to pay a little bit more. In fact, we'll say 13 million. £13 million, but Wolves will indeed be there to take advantage if in case nobody does. Well, that worked quickly. Tom Davis, £12 million to Wolves. I know some people are going to say, oh, he's actually someone who plays for Everton quite regularly. Well, actually, he came through Everton's youth system, and he has been playing more and more games. But he's like the 7th best central midfielder at the club. I mean, Alan, James Rodriguez, Decore came in right over the top of him, so it kind of makes sense that you would probably want to move him on. And for £12 million, not too shabby actually. Could we have got a bit more for him? Well, actually, I did offer him out for more. No one came in. So, if I press continue, that should update the finances. We've now got £35.9 million. And also, for the wage budget, 137,000. Not bad for a club who's supposed to be finishing around mid-table. So with Bolasie, no one was making any offers for him after the agent demanded £2 million. I have a feeling he probably went around all the clubs and just said, listen, don't bid for this man, because he ain't going nowhere. I put him up for loan. because I do feel he wouldn't get into the team, but if you send him out on loan, have another go at getting rid of him or selling him on, more to the point, at the end of next season. That might be an easier way to do things. So for 32.5k a month, we're going to accept that offer from Birmingham, and it just gets him out of the club. I know it's not that much, but sometimes, especially if you just want to get rid of a player, it is a very good option. Just send him out for a year, and then hopefully he'll perform over that season, and you might be able to sell him on next year. That's probably the best way to do it. As far as Holgate and Andre Gomez go, no one's making offers for them now. The offers are just sort of drying up for our players, unfortunately. So I have a feeling that the rest of the summer is just going to kind of peter out. I will come back though if we're on the verge of selling another player. When in doubt, as in your first team squad is not getting offers, try and offer out some of your under 23s or under 18s instead. So Nathan Broadhead, he was actually wanted by Burton. We got an offer, 115,000 from Portsmouth. Go ahead and accept that if you don't feel you're going to use him in your team for the rest of the season. Now let's see if we can squeeze a little bit more from Broadhead. We've agreed a deal potentially to sell on Alex Iwobi. Now I know Iwobi would potentially be a starter. In fact, he pretty much was 25. Starts last season for Everton. He was bought for 35 million. But the weird part is he's only worth 27 million. DL Pro, I forget what nation they're even from the Chinese Dalian Professional from the Chinese Super League. They offered 19 million. I got them up to 21 million. I know that's less than the 27 million valuation that we've given him, but nobody's willing to pay any more. I've literally been offering out for even just 23 million and nobody's biting. And before anyone says anything as well, he's not even anywhere near the best attacking midfielder at the club. He's 5th in the list, behind the loaned out Theo Walcott. He's 3rd in the list for attacking midfield. James Rodriguez easily goes above him there. And he's not even in the top 5. Yeah, he's still 3-star for left wing. He's basically a covering player. Whereas we could probably get another covering player who's a lot younger. How old is he? Okay, he's only 24, but you're telling me there's not younger players who are better than him. Well, so much for him wanting to go to China. That's 2 players now who've turned down the Chinese Super League. Although Southampton apparently are interested in Iwobi. So we've offered him out again. Let's just click continue, see if anything happens. No. And so we've come to the first game of the season, which means it's not quite the transfer deadline, but it's as far as I'm going to go with regards to transfers for Everton. So overall, we've managed to raise £36 million for the transfer budget, and overall we saved a lot of wage budget in the process, so there's now 145,000 to play with. But overall, transfers that have gone out, so after the 27th, Mo Besic, £7 million to Wuhan in China. John Joe Kenny for £14.5 million to Crystal Palace. Tom Davis to Wolves for £12 million. Give or take, that's not too bad of a fee for him. Also, Yannick Bolasie has gone out on loan. £300,000 over the year for a loan. It's not ideal, but it's better than keeping around a player who really you don't want around the squad, or who is not good enough. And Nathan Broadhead we have managed to sell for 115,000 to Portsmouth. Quite a steal considering I was just flitting through the under 23s, to be honest. Was he under 23? Yeah. An under 23 for 115,000. Not too shabby. Not the greatest budget for a Premier League side, but for a team who's mid-table. And to be honest, we haven't actually spent any of that money yet either. That's not too shabby. You would be obviously spending that over the summer. It probably wouldn't get that high unless you're just saving it towards the end, in which case good luck trying to spend it all before the deadline. But that was me just experimenting with how much transfer budget and wage budget I could raise. just by selling players. This was just a random team, to be honest. Just picked Everton just because I know some of their players already. But the whole process I'm just learning about anyway. I mean, I wasn't one for selling a lot of players unless I was prompted to. But so this is very interesting for me to just go out and try and initiate some sales. So hopefully as I do more and more of these, I'll get in better. Maybe get a few higher fees as well. Oh, just to let you know before I go as well, I will be staying at the club, especially now Richarlison was injured for 4 weeks at the start of going into the new season. So it's just as well we didn't sell him on. Other than that, guys, that was a quick experiment video. I hope you really did enjoy that. Hit the like button and click subscribe down below for more Football Manager content. Any feedback on the videos is welcome as always. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.